What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bipolar Boxing. We just watched Daniel Dubois score a spectacular 11th round KO. KO wasn't spectacular, but the fight was spectacular. And the I'm gonna say misdiagnosed Daniel Dubois climbs off of the canvas. The quitter Daniel Dubois, the weak-minded Daniel Dubois climbed off of the canvas twice against the guy who held a heavyweight title. He was the title holder at the time, and a guy with 20 wins and 19 knockouts and no losses climbed off the canvas twice and gets an 11th round knockout. Those were probably the only two rounds that he lost, the rounds that he got knocked down in. And so he gets knocked down 10 seconds into the fight, and then he gets up off the canvas. I think he wins the second round. Then he gets knocked down in the third, and you're like, yeah, things aren't looking good for Danny Dubois because he's a quitter and he's weak-minded. That's what all these YouTubers were saying. The Armchair Psychologist, I call them. They all labeled him like that. So this guy should be done after three rounds. No, he gets up, he wins every single round after that, and finally knocks Wardley up. Beat the living shit out of the guy. Wardley's face was all fucked up, his eye was all messed up. They probably could have stopped that fight around. I would have stopped it if I was his corner around like round 9 or something like that. Round 10, like I don't think he should have came out for round 11. He did come out, but I think the ref, he did have the doctor look at him a few times, and I think the ref wanted the corner to stop the fight. And when they didn't, he just said to himself, "All right, you let him go out here for this fight, for this 11th round. He gets hit with one clean shot. I'm taking him out of there." And that's what happened. Then you like landed that straight shot and got him out of there. But I'm so happy for Daniel Dubois, and I'm even happier because I fired a fucking missile on this guy. I did not understand these people saying that, I hated it when people were. That's one of the reasons I threw so much money on him because I just wanted to see that type of performance from him and shut up all those idiots on YouTube that were calling him weak-minded and calling him a quitter. Like, yeah, Daniel Dubois is not only not a quitter and not weak-minded, he's one of the strongest-minded heavyweights in the world, and he's also one of the best chins in the world. Like, did you guys watch like the fights that he had against Hergovich? Hergovich, the first 4 or 5 rounds of that fight was a friggin' slugfest, and Hergovich was supposed to be this big boogeyman of the division or something like that. Like, he took his shots, and you called him a quitter before that fight, and you called him a quitter after that fight. He got knocked down 3 times in the first round against, I know it's Kevin Lorena, but he got knocked down 3 times in one round and got up and knocked that guy out. What are you labeling this guy a quitter for? It's the exact opposite. Like, that would show me this guy has heart. Like, how many other guys in the heavyweight division have done that? Nobody. Like, you could say Tyson Fury against Wilder. You gave Fury all those accolades, and you say he's got an amazing chin. Oh my God, who would rise up from the death or whatever? Look what Dubois just did. Like, give the guy some credit. I really hope all those people that shit on Dubois for the last couple of weeks come out and make an apology video because they should. I would absolutely do that if I was in their circumstance, but I would also never ever label somebody weak-minded because of what I see on interviews or something like that. Like, you're not, like, when you're talking about mental health, like, they're not showing you uh 98% of who they are in a fucking boxing interview. Or, just because Daniel Dubois doesn't feel comfortable speaking and stuff like that. Like, he's a very shy guy. You could tell he's probably like he's insecure about himself, or stuff like that. You could say these things about him, but you cannot call him like weak-minded and calling him a quitter just because he doesn't like to talk to reporters. Like, I hate that this stuff gets by on YouTube and people are able to just keep making this content. Like, I'll go all the way back to when Jake Paul fought Ben Askren. Watch some guy's video who was um he was a body language interpreter. for like the fucking FBI or something like that. And he was coming out just telling everybody to put all their money on Ben Askren because he saw something in Jake Paul's body language that it was all fake and stuff like that. And he just said, just by body language alone, I know 100% this guy's going to lose. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like these guys, they call themselves professionals or whatever, and like you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like these guys, you can't tell something on an interview like what the guy's like in real life. You have no idea how hard Daniel Dubois is training. And that's another thing I heard. He's coming in heavier. Daniel Dubois is not training. Daniel Dubois is not taking this seriously. Like, you don't know any of that. Daniel Dubois is weak. He's weak minded. He has no chin. He climbed off the canvas against one of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division. Can you give him some credit for it now? How many times does he got to fucking do this? He did it against. I know Jarrell Miller don't hit that hard, but like he's a big guy. He took Jarrell Miller's punches. He took Hergovich's punches. He climbed off the canvas three three times against Lorena, and now he climbed off the canvas twice against Wardley. He's name me four guys in the heavyweight division who are tougher than Daniel Dubois. Go ahead and name them. They don't exist. And you know, everyone just shitting on this guy for the last couple of weeks. It pissed me off, and I'm glad I put a lot of money on Dubois, and now you get two wins out of this because you get to watch all those idiots be wrong. And that's what, dude. If you liked Wardley going into this fight because of his boxing styles and stuff like that. You thought just Wardley's going to catch him, and man, when Wardley hits people, they just go down. And Wardley could also, win some rounds in there and stuff like. If you like them for that, I got no issues with that, and that's not a bad pick. Like that's not a dumb pick or anything like that. But it's for all those people out there who just like they throw all this like stuff the tangible stuff to the side that we actually see, and they bring in this false narrative that they make up in their head, and one person calls Daniel Dubois, weak minded, and then everybody else just hops on board. And then when a fight like this happens, they just say, well, everybody thought. Everybody didn't think that. That's something that you conjured up in your head that was not true, and it just came true. They just proved you wrong tonight. And they've been proving you wrong in the past too. You just won't acknowledge it. And you probably won't even acknowledge it after this fight. You'll say something about Wardley. Wardley should have just got on him early and took him out of there, and then he gassed himself out. You'll make up excuses because you don't want to admit you're wrong. Like, no, I'm psyched for Daniel Dubois, and this was a great fight too. To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch, just because the heavyweight division's so tied up and people are all over the place. And obviously, I would, you know, what are we gonna have? Dubois, Usyk 3. Nobody wants to see that. Dubois deserves it, but we're probably not gonna see that. Maybe the I'll just throw this out there, just off the top of my head. Maybe the winner of Richard Torres, Frank Sanchez, um, somebody like that. Talma would be an interesting fight. I'm definitely. I don't think anybody's beating out Talma, and I don't think he'll ever lose, to be honest. But him and Dubois are the two people, and I said this about a year or so ago in one of my breakdown videos about Dubois. When everybody talks about who's the future of the heavyweight division, no one mentions Daniel Dubois' name. The guy's only 28 years old. That shit with Joe Joyce happened when he was like 22. And by the way, he made a great career decision on taking that knee and bowing out of that fight. That was a great career decision because look where Joe Joyce is now and look where Daniel Dubois is now. And the guy, he learned from that. The guy's been putting in the work behind the scenes. And but I mean, it's just Cabial's another name out there. Like Cabial is definitely the most deserving of any heavyweight for a title. He should probably get it. But it's just throwing these names out there. Like I don't know where their rankings are in certain organizations. Like the Torres fight, I know usually Sanchez is real high in the WBC So maybe the rankings aren't the same for the WBO, but I don't. I'd have to check and see who's number one for the WBO. But yeah, I don't know, but like just because Wardley he put up such a good fight, and he did have Dubois hurt. He knocked him down twice. I don't think Dubois even scored a knockdown. He got the TKO at the end, but I don't think he scored a knockdown. Um, but yeah, just an amazing performance by Dubois, and I'm so happy for him because now it's just like now the interviews that you do, like you'll kind of want to do them. I can understand, um, just from somebody who's like terrible at public speaking and stuff like that. Like, I get why you wouldn't want to do these interviews. Like, I wouldn't want to do them either, and like, you don't feel comfortable in them and stuff. But that has nothing to do with his fighting ability, and that's what I got mad about. Was like people were, saying that that mentality it was gonna affect him somehow in his fighting. Like, I just don't like that talk. But yeah, great performance, great card. Other than that asshole David Morrell getting knocked out in the last couple of seconds there, he really screwed me. He busted up about five parlays of mine, but I still cleaned up the whole rest of the card. Shout out to page that I watched. Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat, whatever the acronym is for that. It's like ESSRB Boxing or something like that. They are awesome. And it's all these guys from like the UK and Ireland, and they break down videos. So whenever there's a UK card, I take who I like in my head, and then I go watch and see who they like. And sometimes it'll change my mind, but when we both like the same thing, usually I like to, put a little extra on it. So when they talked so highly of Bradley Rea, I loved Bradley Rea going into that fight. I thought Leon Cameron stinks. And Rea is just like he's way too technically sound for a guy like Liam Cameron. And that fight was a absolute disaster for Cameron. But I put a lot more money on Rhea after I watched their video. Gavin Gwynn, I was not going to take, and then I watched their video, and there was two guys on there. They both made their cases for Gavin Gwynn, and I was like, "All right, I'm changing my bet. I'm going. Let's ride with Gavin Gwynn." I took Gavin Gwynn, but that whole card was good. Mike Perez didn't look that good, and he was like a 14-1 favorite. Jollyoff looked good. But yeah, it was a good card, and yeah, I'm trying to think of the other fight that was on there with who the Go Assaman got knocked out by Jack Rafferty. That was another one. Like Rafferty was only like minus 300 in that fight, and I had all the winners except for David Morrell, but it ended up being a good night for me. I'm absolutely crushing this UFC card. I need my boy Hamzat to come through at the end to hit some big parlays. But yeah, it's been a good night of fights. It sucks we're not going to get to see Aleem and Leo tonight. That goofball Aleem missed weight, but yeah, I'll try to make some videos next week. I'm pissed I didn't make one for that Dubois card, um, and because I did have a lot to say about Dubois, but I'm just so happy the guy won. And let me know what you guys think about the fight. Let me know who you think Dubois should fight next. I'll just tell you straight up, like he ain't beating Moses Atama. I don't think anybody is. Um, but if that's a fight they want to make, if they want to move Atama up that quick, go ahead. I mean, this is a chance for him to get a belt, and he doesn't have to beat Usyk to do it. And then if he gets this belt, then if Usyk says he's going to fight for 3, 4 more fights, one of those fights is going to have to be him, and he'll have a chance to unify and take down the best champion of this generation, and they'll do it by like 23 years old. Like that would be a phenomenal run for Atuma. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole heavyweight division and who you think Dubois should fight next. Have a good night.